Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. For tuning in and spending some time with me. In today's video, I'm going to go over one of my side incomes with you and also talk to you about my sinking funds and give you an update of where those were at. I know that I didn't really talk about those in my paycheck video, so I thought today would be a good day to work that into the video. So here I have my budget planner, and this is where I do all my weekly layouts, whether it's my paycheck or a side income or setting aside money for taxes or planning for sinking funds, variable expenses week to week, everything. And so I have my cash here. I had already gone to the bank, so I have my side income money plus a little bit extra, and I'll explain to you what that is from. So I'm going to open up my planner and we are going to flip back. In fact, let me see where we are here. We could color in some of these and maybe I'll save that for another video. All right, so we're gonna go to the month of August. So my notebook cover is a tulle notebook cover, and then my inserts are all big happy planner from a 2018, or 2018. Wow, a 2019-20 planner that I got last year. So here is where we left off in the week of August 17th to the 23rd. And I do try to do these videos every single week. I just have an old card here, groceries, dog food, okay. I try to do these videos every single week because usually there's something to talk about every week. I get paid every other week, but my husband's been getting unemployment. That comes in weekly. And when I do one of my side incomes, that's Grubhub, so they pay weekly also. But today I'm excited to talk about YouTube because it's been exactly a month since I talked about this in a previous video. So if you are somebody who creates videos here on YouTube, or if you're considering it, once you reach a certain threshold, you can start monetizing your videos, and there's lots of information about that out there. So if you're somebody who's on the fence about whether or not to get started, I would recommend it. I mean, you really have nothing to lose. It's free to create your channel. So I just recommend that if it's something that you're thinking about and you have something that you want to put out there and want to talk about, or whatever the case may be, just try it. Because you never know. I really didn't think that I would see much revenue from this channel because I just wasn't sure about it. This is very different from the channel I used to have, which is no longer something that I update or I haven't in years. I think it's been years since I really worked on that channel. But anyway, when I decided to do budgeting videos, I kind of started out with planning too. And so I would do weekly plan with me's, I believe, and those are probably still here on this channel. I know I didn't delete them, so of course they would be here if I did them. But I started out with that because I'm just a lover of a happy planner, and I thought that was where I really wanted to take my channel. And then since then, I've probably just transition more into the budget side of things. And even though I'm still, sprinkling in other things that I'm interested in, like my bullet journal or some weekly meal plans sometimes, the heart of this channel is budgeting. So like I said, I would try it if you're interested and just see where it takes you, because you might end up being surprised. So I'm going to write down YouTube here, and if you are getting paid by YouTube, that means the revenue or the payment is coming from Google. And so they do a direct deposit. So when you set up your account to be monetized, they're going to ask for your bank information and all that good stuff. So I'm going to write down the total that I received. And again, this is a monthly payment. And last month was higher than this, and this will be higher than next month, just because of the number of videos I've been doing, or rather I should say the number of videos I haven't been doing. So the more often you upload, of course, the higher your revenue chances are. But I just haven't been uploading as often. I was sick for a few weeks and still getting over that, over pneumonia. So it just kind of set me back. But like I said, if you're interested and your heart is with it, and mine definitely is, just keep pushing, you know, no matter where it takes you. So the total was $446. I had gotten a refund for something that I had returned a while back, and it was returned via mail. So the refund hit my account. So I was able to get out $490. And the reason why I did that is because I didn't want to let that hang out in my old bank account, because it really wouldn't serve much of a purpose there. I'm really dealing more with Capital One and my other local bank, pretty much exclusively. So the only reason why I hold on to my old checking account is because that's where my direct deposit goes from work, and I'll end up changing that, but it's not something that I can change online, shockingly. You have to, I think, actually do it in person. So I have $490. We'll go ahead and check that out. So 100, 200, 250, 3, 354, 420, 440, 460, 480, and 490. All right, so the things that I'm going to do with this is pay something first. I want to take care of something that I have to firstly, and then the second thing that I'm going to do is put the rest probably in my emergency fund. I think so. So what I'm going to talk about first is where our sinking funds are at. So the first one that I have is Christmas, and my balance, including what I added last time we did this, is $950. And Christmas is creeping up, you know, on the calendar, and I kept thinking I had all this time to prep, and my goal for this was $1,500, and I don't know if I'll actually see that just because of everything that we have going on, and you know, just a lot of circumstances. So I'm not sure I'll actually get to $950 or to $1,500, but $950 is really good. We just have so many expenses, you know, so many people to buy for, and things to purchase at the holidays. So I want to probably, you know, I'm probably going to give a little bit to this today. All right, so our dog balance, last time we talked and updated this, is at $535. Now, the one thing that I do need to set aside is we had to take one of our dogs to the vet. It was a little bit of a spur of the moment thing, and it was pretty pricey, and so I'm going to take that out of this $490. Now, you might be thinking, you have a dog sinking fund, why don't you just take it out of there? And the reason why I don't want to do that is because I've said ever since the beginning, I really don't want to dip into these until I reach my goals first. So if there's anything that I can possibly do to cover some expenses, even if they fall under these categories, if I can cover them with income or some other way, I would prefer to do that than to start taking from here. So I feel that once I start taking from here, it's going to take me even longer to build it up. It's going to take me longer to reach my goal, and I don't know, I just don't want to start that precedent with myself. So I'm going to cover the veterinary expenses from that $490, and I'm going to leave this where it is. So the next thing that we have is the savings, and we're at $2,600, and I'm pretty happy about that. I'm kind of on the fence about where to go from here with my savings versus my emergency fund. Now, these are very different things, but my emergency fund is so important to me, and I really want to get to my goal, which is right now it's about $18,000 is my goal. I really want to get there, but I don't know. I feel like I still need this savings, so I'm not quite ready to give this up or to integrate that into my emergency fund or anything, because I really want to keep that for some plans that we have that aren't necessarily emergency related. So the emergency fund now is at $9,050, and I'm very happy with this, but I'll be a lot happier when I can at least reach $10,000. That would be a real, I don't know, a goal mark for me. It's not my goal, but it would be definitely a marker on my journey. So I really want to concentrate on that and give as much money to that as possible. So first things first, I want to put aside $220. It was actually like $223 or something like that, but I'm gonna put $220 aside for the vet. We had to take one of our dogs and she's having some issues, and I mean, she's gonna be okay, but it was just a lot, and she had to have some x-rays, she had to have blood work done, medication, things like that. So I'm gonna put this aside, and I am going to reimburse the Discover card. So that's the way I paid for the veterinary visit, and that's the way I'm going to have to pay it back. So you guys know, and I've talked about this before, I have actually we use our Discover card for unexpected purchases. So I'm gonna put minus 220 here, and I'm gonna put vet, and then I'm going to give the balance here. So we're down to $226.79, except I have extra because of that return. So let's see how much we have left. 51, 52, 220, 240, 260, and 270. So we have $270 here, and now I'm going to put this amongst the sinking funds. So let's go ahead and do that. I really just want to put it all in emergency, but I'm going to add $50 to my Christmas fund, and I'm going to bring this to an even $1,000. I think that is the best way to go at the moment. Now that still leaves me $500 to go if I want to get to $1,500 by the holidays. I just am not sure that's going to happen. Now, I know you guys have been asking me, and I'm so grateful that you guys are thinking about me in that way. My husband's appeal for his 9 weeks of unemployment at the very beginning of this whole situation still has not been approved. It hasn't been denied, but it hasn't been approved. So he did talk to somebody in person, well, not in person, but on the phone last week, and they said they're about 45 days behind with these claims. The thing that I'm wondering is, at that time, not only was unemployment in effect, but also the extra CARES Act money, that $600 per week. And I'm just not certain. I'm really waiting to see, with fingers crossed, if he actually gets that extra money, because that situation is now over. Now, because they have to go backdated, I'm not sure if that's going to be part of it. I just wouldn't be surprised at anything at this point. So if we do get that appeal money, it's going to be 9 full weeks of payment. That's going to all go on this emergency fund, pretty much. I will also fund the rest of the Christmas club. So that would make me super happy, and it would make me feel so much more confident about the rest of this year. As you guys know, my husband's going to be starting school next month. It's something that is really expensive. The program is really expensive. It's about $22,000, but because he's a displaced worker, he has filed for a program with the state. Our state has a program for displaced workers, and if you're interested in going back to an accredited school, they're not going to tell you what to go back for, but there are programs where they can financially assist you, or even in some cases pay the whole thing. So I'm really hoping that that goes through too. If not, I don't know what we're going to do about the tuition for this, but it's going to be something that has to happen. He did take an early retirement option, so that means that he's going to be getting a reduced retirement benefit from his private pension only. This has nothing to do with Social Security, but that will kick in on his 50th birthday, which is next June. So until then, he doesn't have any income until his unemployment runs out. And I don't know how school is going to affect that, if it's going to affect his unemployment or not, but we're just going to have to take it one day at a time and one answer at a time. So getting that back money from his unemployment at the beginning of this situation, so it's from April 3rd on, so 9 weeks starting April 3rd, would be such a blessing. But again, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket or count on something that might not actually happen. So that is where we're at with it, kind of still on hold. I'm not going to put anything else into either of these, I don't think, right now. I just don't really see a need for it. The only other thing, so let me put aside $50. So we have 50, 150, 170, 190, 210, and 220. So I'm going to put $220. No. I'm going to put $220. Yeah, let's just do it. I'm going to put $220 into my emergency fund. Now, the only other expense that we have around the house that I really want to get taken care of, and it's kind of a necessity, not kind of, but you guys know that we replaced the flooring in our upstairs, and now the carpet has to be replaced. So I did a little video just showing you guys a little sneak peek of what our carpet looked like, and it is really, really bad. And now that the flooring is done in all the bedrooms, it really needs to be taken out. So we got a price for just the hallway, the landing, the closet up here, and our stairs. $3,000 was the quote that we got at the first carpet store today. So I was not expecting to pay anything in that ballpark. I don't know what I was thinking. I just remember the last time we carpeted our upstairs, we did the whole thing, all the bedrooms, the carpet or the hallway, the stairs, everything. And it was like $4,500. So I'm really stunned that just these two little areas are going to be $3,000. So we're just going to shop around and see what other deals we can find. I'm just not sure what if I don't know, but that's just too expensive. That's just out of my price range. So I thought about, you know, do I want to take that out of our savings? And then I thought, again, I really want to build this up. So I'm not sure how we'll do it, but we may end up financing it if there is a 0% interest for at least 12 months or longer. So that's my plan. I've talked about this before on my channel. I don't think utilizing credit cards is an evil thing. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Now, if you are in credit card debt and you're trying to pull yourself out of that, I think that avoiding extra credit card usage is the right way to go. However, if you are credit card debt free, or you are managing your credit card debt in a healthy and realistic and manageable way, I think that if you can get any kind of 0% interest or financing offer and you know that you can make the payments within the allotted time, I think that's kind of having the credit card company almost work for you. So I realized that there's a lot of schools of thought about, you know, how to go about that. And, you know, some people don't believe in credit card usage at all. I happen to. I think that, you know, if you can get some percentage off, or if you can get, like I said, that interest-free financing, it is the way to go. But again, you have to be super confident in your ability to pay it back within the allotted time. So that's kind of my stance on it. We have been really high in credit card debt. This is just one of our credit card debts that we had. And as you guys can maybe see, let me zoom in just a bit. This one started out at $14,400 and we paid all that off. We had another one that was even higher. So in the past 2 years, we have paid off in excess, I think, of $34,000 or $36,000 in credit card debt, which did then allow us to be credit card debt free. We are not debt free. We you know, still have a mortgage on our home. We have our cars. We have my student loans. So I wouldn't consider myself debt free, but credit card debt is a whole other monster. So, you know, it just, I don't know. That's kind of my take on it. So anyways, that's how I'm going to be organizing all the money. I will give you guys updated screenshots of my sinking funds in Capital One. Now, I know that in this video, as I was doing this, I showed you guys the previous one so you could see the previous balances. So I will highlight those. So we were at 950, now we're at 1,000. We were at 535, we're still there. We were at 2,600, we're still there. We were at 9050, and now we're at 9270. So I think that we are definitely moving into the right direction. So that is my whole thing. Thank you guys so much. I would not be able to have this YouTube channel or have any type of success or revenue from it without your help and your support. And I just wanted to let you know how much that really, really means to me. And I hope that you guys are enjoying my videos. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys in my next video. Take care.